I think that when the dust settles, we will realize how little we need, how very much we actually have, and the true value of faith, family, and friends. Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction. I have let the dust accumulate and my home is so dusty. So let's see what we can do to save it. Sometimes I let it go for a very long time when I'm very busy. And I've had my sister here, so we played, and now it's time to work. Just gonna take some of these things off of the shelf. Look at this. Oh my word. It doesn't matter what room of the house it is. Look at this. But I do think this entryway is a little bit more dusty than the other rooms just because it's near the front door. Okay, now I can get to this a little better. First, just get your basic dust off and then I'll wipe it. Look at how it just flies in the air. It's no wonder I sneeze so much, oh my goodness. I'm going to put some furniture oil on here because the way that my husband built these windowsills, he put I need to get a vacuum in there too, my goodness. He built these windowsills for me, and the finish on them is not highly, gosh, what's the name for it? It doesn't have a high sheen, so it's absorbent. Therefore, it gets a little thirsty, you know. If you haven't figured out by now, I have a thing for pine cones. Absolutely love them. Of course, I probably won't be showing you all the pine cones that I do own, not in this video. Baskets and baskets of them. I finally had to put some away in the storage. Look at that. That's all gonna land on this table here. Kind of, sort of. Never mind the blinds, oh my gosh, forget about it. Forget about the blinds. Leave them alone back. Okay, so I gotta move this table over to the other side so so I can do the other side of the window. Can't see the dust coming off of this too well, but it's coming. There it is. See? Whoa, man. The sun really shows up. Dust. Okay, so I moved the table over and we'll get this side of the windowsill. These little boxes, these wooden boxes are empty. One of these days I'm going to find something I should put in it, but they're mostly for decoration. It's got that reddish color, teal, gold, and burgundy. My favorite red, green, and gold combination. Basic autumn colors, which is mostly how I decorate my home. Sometimes when I dust, I just kind of spread it back around. But at least there's an appearance of no layered up dust particles. Okay, there we go. Move that picture. Get any oil on my curtains, so I'm trying to be careful. Let's get them up. It just really makes it look much better. Now you just really need to not pick on me for how I am not very thorough in my cleaning. And like I did with my other video, where lots of people, highly critical, unkind comments, insults even, for the way that I dust and clean and delete. I don't deal with it well. I don't think there's any place for that kind of criticism. We all do what we do. And, I have a lot of little things. I have a eclectic, kind of a cluttery look in my house, but everything has a certain amount of sense to it. I am not a hoarder, but I do keep a lot of decorative doodads because that's what makes my heart happy. And I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't keep everything perfectly clean all the time. I mean, even in a house that was sparse, oh my gosh, cleaning would be endless if you tried to keep up with everything all the time. But there does come a time, sometimes when you have to get after it. I think I'm going to put the apple with a bite in it on top of this one. So let's put the green pear first, green apple first, pear down. That way we have red, green, and yellow on the top. Yellow, gold. Again, with the red, green, and gold, it's my favorite color combination. This basket, all my baskets really need dusting really bad, but I'm not going to do them. Not today. Look at all this. Wow. Oh my gosh. I need a super duper heavy duty, like, air sucker thing. Okay, that's enough for me, for that room. Hey kitty, just give you a little wipe down. How about a little bit of dusting on the saddle that I've got in the corner? I don't think I need to be too thorough with this because I mean, if you couldn't see dust, I'm not sure I would dust. You know what I mean? Knowing it's there doesn't bother me so much as the appearance. But this is not a museum, and I live here, so we can do a little something about it. Okay, I think that's good. Now we're in my living room and I am standing on a stool. Probably hear my stool creak a little bit every once in a while. Gotta get things off the top here, some of them anyway. This direction back. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because it's gonna dust after that. And then of course, I don't know about the rest of you, but it's always, to me, it's always dust first, then vacuum. But it's kind of a catch-22. Because if you dust first and then you get whatever dust is on the ground, then when you vacuum, you kick up more dust, which then gets back up on the furniture. So, I don't think you can win. Dust is a never-ending chore. It is an unwelcome guest in my home. However, as I say and said in the beginning of this video, dusting is not the most important thing in your life. It's faith, family, and friends. Okay, see my chicken rock. I love that chicken rock I got from a subscriber. She painted it herself. Bunnies. Just give this a little bit of a wipe. I don't know why I was so attracted to this little piece when I found it. Faux books, just faux books, turned into, or made to look like it is just a little set of drawers. And again, with the theme of red, green, and gold. Only this is so antique looking that it actually can't really tell. It's so dark. This piece of furniture is a very old, antique filing cabinet. And the surface of it, though it be very old, it doesn't have a high sheen, but it has enough of a finish that polish is enough. It's not real thirsty, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. I can put the books back, I think, where they were. Rock in the book. Whoever heard of keeping a rock in a book? And my rabbits on top. Those are my all-year rabbits because they don't have the pinks and greens and yellows that Easter bunnies have. They look a little rustic. Okay, so the vase back there. Let's grab our book ends, put them back. Try not to dig holes in the surface of my table. I mean, filing cabinet. This over a little bit. This book should go on the outside edge. Red, green, and gold, you guys. Isn't that something? Blue in there too, but now this table is near the front window in my living room. And I just need to move these plants over to the table. Not all of them, I don't think. Look how dusty this table is. Wow. Like I said, sometimes I just let it go for a really long time. And when you're having fun, man, that is worth it. This is a faux antique table. I do not believe it's old, but how do I know? Somebody took it and repainted it, you know, and then scraped it to make it look old. I think I want to good enough, actually. Just put the plant back on it the way it was. And shook out the doily a little bit. But I'm not going to wash it. Even the plant leaves get dusty. It's amazing. I love this plant. It has such a delicate look. This looks more jungly. You know what I mean? My cat needs a little wipe on the head here. Got it from a garage sale. Some things, you know, you just gotta have. Looks like a Siamese, only it's brown. My chicken. I don't know about this chicken, why it appealed to me so much. Orange and green and white. Just a little bit of swiping. I don't do nitty gritty detailed in the cracks kind of stuff. So there we go. I like. Let's get this windowsill now. I've got a, this one, now see this windowsill, my husband made it super, he put a lot of Varathane on this, and so it's got a very shiny, water resistant surface, so that's why I used the Windex first. Because there is, my cat jumps in this window a lot, and so there's paw prints and things like that there. So now I can go ahead and give it a little bit of end dust. End dust. End dust. Are you kidding me? All these years I have never realized why they call it that. If only it would. End dust. But the name is so clever. Alright, now I'm going to do the TV stand. This piece of furniture is so thirsty all the time. I don't know why. Lots of oil for this thing. I mean, I never know why my husband gives the finish that he does to certain pieces, but some he uses more Varathane on. But yeah, this piece he refinished the top of this because it was way worse than it looks now. But I wanted it so bad. So he refinished the top. And I just love it, but he didn't do a high sheen Varathane on it for some reason. Either that or he did and then he sanded it out a lot or something. I don't know. And I don't question him because I'm so thankful that he's even willing to do these kinds of things for me. because I am not a woodworking woman. I don't do that kind of thing. Give me the furniture and I'll decorate and I'll put it where I think it goes. But I really super admire those people who enjoy stripping old furniture or repurposing and repainting new pieces. That ain't me. I won't do it. Although I did paint this piece of furniture, and it's already got little holes and specks and peeling and stuff on it. Oh well. Now we're on to the bookshelf. And these books are on the piece of furniture that I call the bucket bench. And I call it that because that's what it was. It is an antique and was used in a household that obviously at the time did not have running water. So they would fill these shelves. They would keep their bucket bench right by the back or front door of the house, and they would throw in buckets of water on the shelves, and that's where you would just go get lost his head. Now I already knew about this, and I've glued it once already, and I'm not going to do it again until I find a way to make this permanent. It's brass. Anyway, I can't hardly imagine being or living during the days when you had to run outside to the creek or the well and scoop up buckets of water. That candle smells so good. And set them on a shelf on the inside of your house to get and use for whenever you needed a bath, maybe, or wash the dishes or whatever. But that's what this bench is. It's a bucket bench. My chicken base, I just found it at a garage sale, I think. I fell in love with it. These colors. The brass bookends are from my mom. She used to own them. Now, I don't go around dusting all my pictures. I will dust and wash them whenever I move them to another spot, or redecorate or rearrange. That's when those get dusted, which is not very often, let me tell you. I have to do the tops of the books first, because that dust is going to land on the shelves that they're on and below, and then it's going to go to the floor. I've got a dry mop. My floors, my husband made the floors. Wood floors. They're not hardwood. They're just pine. But, we just didn't see the need for the expense of very hard wood. So we just made it with spray here. Thin line so it doesn't get all over the books. Bucket bench is kind of some of that in between. Not highly varnished, but not super thirsty either. So it's good with some dusting spray. But I have put oil on it before. My husband's cordless. Keyboard. He sits on this side of the room closest to the bookshelf, but it won't show that his chair is right in front of this bench. I've moved it out of the way so I could get to it. I will not try to comment on or explain any of my book titles. I'm as eclectic in my reading as I am in my decorating. And it's a combination of both my taste and my husband's. Seeing as how we both live here, I don't know if you can tell or notice, and I wouldn't expect anybody to, but the shelves are spaced really far apart from each other, and each shelf gets wider so that when you bring in your buckets of water, you can accommodate all sizes of buckets. So I imagine the bottom shelf would be full of the largest size buckets that they have or had when they owned this home, whatever home this was in. I bought this unit. Where did I get it? It was either an antique store. Had to have been an antique store. But I bought it, I think, just for display and books. I wasn't about to actually use it for what it was originally made for. You can see it's had a lot of wear and tear and life and living. Last shelf. I love this dictionary. It's my husband's. Okay, see how wide this bottom shelf is? It's huge. Even my largest books still has like 6 inches out in front of the book. My husband uses these occasionally for his coffee mugs. They look way too dirty to just dust. I think I'm going to have to wash these at my kitchen sink, so let's put them aside. He plays video games occasionally. So, might as well give this a little swipe too. I love these sounds. Some of my favorite sounds. Okay, I think we can get this last shelf now. Not going to try too hard with the books. Not quite as much dust gets down there. That's much better, much better. You can tell the bottom shelf gets more got more wear and tear back in the day. That's better, that's better. Very good. That's more tidy, isn't it? Alright, in the corner, different corner of my living room, I have my drum table. It's called a drum table. Can't imagine why they call it that. Maybe something to do with the fact that it's round. Boy, this one is bad. Look at that. The dust is just flying off of there. I don't think I've dusted this one for a long, long time. I won't take to it as often as I do just surfaces, you know. Probably because I can't see it. Shake it out. Yeah, I was running into some plants, so I couldn't show you that. Since I bought that real big piece of furniture that's in the front entryway, I've had to rearrange a few things. So I brought my faux willow tree out here. Every time I get a new piece of anything, be it just a decoration or a piece of furniture, I end up changing things around a little bit. Okay, let's get these things back up on the table. Oh my word. Best fragrance in the whole world. Best candle in the whole world. Put the chicken back up. I think I wiped him down the other day. It wasn't too dusty. Candy dish. It's empty. Needs more. My faux pie made of candle wax. I shall never burn it. These leaves, wow, I mean seriously. I can't get every single one I won't, but just the ones that I notice the most. I cannot perfect the watering of this plant, and I keep making it get brown tips. So bummed about that. Look at this shelf, you guys. That is bad. Well, not really worse than the rest of my shelves. Maybe the front entry room is the worst, but I love my little taxidermy bunnies. Nah, it's not taxidermy. But it's real rabbit fur. Squirrel. Take down the pine boughs. See, I leave these up year round to create a little forested look and feel, whether it's Christmas time or not. Little Windex on this glass. That's kerosene that I've got in there. It's a kerosene lamp. Better get the cone. I think I cleaned this. I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while I'll just spot clean something when I see that it's gotten out of control, but I won't do the whole room. So I had cleaned that lamp not that long ago. I also cleaned the table that the deer are on. I cleaned it thoroughly one day just because. I don't know why. I didn't clean anything else in the room, just that. So, go figure. Maybe that's because it's all I can deal with at a time. Sometimes I find housework to be overwhelming. And that would be probably because I own a lot of knickknacks. And I had a lady comment the other day. She says that I'll bet you that when you get older you won't want to have so many things. And she may be right, you know, but at this point I'm still agile enough. I guess it just depends on how much you mind the dust. I'll probably never give up my things. I'll probably just hire somebody to come in and clean everything every once in a while when I get too old to do it myself. Or maybe if that's all I have to do every day and I don't have a channel anymore or whatever, you know, thinking closer to my 80s or so. Because I'm doing pretty good in my 60s. If I can still swim and ride bikes and take walks and all of that. I've had a total knee replacement and my other knee is not very happy. But I still keep on trucking because I hate the idea of having to sit house. And if I do get to that point, I want my things to look at. Maybe I'll just tool around every day and dust my little things all day long. Like an old person might do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of dust on those videos. Might have to give those a little brush off too. But I'm more interested at this point in whaling this thirsty bookshelf. Just got this bookshelf for like $10 at a garage sale or something. I was like, it's wood. It's pretty. The colors are nice. I didn't do a very thorough job there, but good enough for me. Let's get these pictures. These are my husband's daughters. I did not raise these beautiful girls, but I wish I could have. Melissa and Danielle. Melissa is in Massachusetts, and Danielle is in California. But I will not reveal exactly where because that would be a breach of their privacy. But they are Jerry's daughters. This is, and yes, I'm putting a little oil on it. My nothing is written in stone. Stone. With words written in it. I love the irony. So, it's a gift that I sent to Jerry when we made our first attempt at a relationship and it kind of fell flat. I was like, man, we were both disappointed that we didn't jive. Northeast, southwest. So I sent him that stone. Nothing is written in stone. So that we both would not feel discouraged like our decision was forever. And sure enough, it wasn't. I remember going through this magazine with y'all. I don't know if you saw that one video. Saving it. Okay, see, I know this table doesn't look clean. It's an old trunk. But these guys aren't even dusty, really. I did it the other day. There's very little anything on there. It's just very beat up. So that's that corner. Finished enough for me. This is my corner. Alright, so now we're in the kitchen. And I am going to just get this wax off of the Hoosier. This is the baking surface in which I lit a candle and let the candle wax drip all over. Look at that. Finally got after that. Now this is a little dusty, but I am not cleaning it all the way. Just a little swipe. Okay. bit of dust. Nothing serious. Unless you look really close up. So we're not going to do that. Let's not look at it close up. Alrighty. Now let's start on my antique refrigerator icebox. I brought the table in here so we could load stuff on it. My card table just comes in handy for just a gazillion things. Look at this surface is so dusty. Wow, wow. This spot just really collects the dust. Probably because it's near a doorway. I don't know. Let's put the chicken down on the Hoosier. Yeah, it looks okay there, I think. Might leave him there. Now let's bring this. This is my little candle melt. I'm gonna end up taking that wax out of there anyway, but let's see what this looks like. Show you guys. So the light also gives ambiance at the same time as it melts the wax, and I love that. Got that at I don't know. I used to sell them at my gift shop, but it wasn't just like this. The light's too bright. We need to turn that off. I want you to see the before and after of the dust. It's very rewarding to see the difference. And this surface is very thirsty. It's an old oak icebox that I got from a Reno antique store. And you may have heard the story about how we walked in and we didn't have cash or a check. And the man just said, well, you just go on home and I know you're good for it. He gave us this refrigerator without paying a red cent for it. And then when we got home, I sent him a check, and I was just astounded by this man's trust of people. But, he said, you just look in people's faces, and you know if they're the kind of person with integrity or not. And he says, I like your eyes, or something like that. I love who you look like you are, and I trust you to pay me for it. So I was like, okay, oh my gosh. I'm sure there's people you look at and you think, yeah, right. But I don't know, he's probably gotten taken advantage of from time to time, no doubt. Boy, this spool is my lamp. It's a little lamp, but it's also made from a thread spool, and it was thirsty. Look at that difference, man. Okay, that goes back in the corner to light up this area. That's much better. Much better. Let's get my this candle, this set of bowls. There wasn't really any dust in that, so I don't know why the table but not the bowls. Weird. Maybe my husband got to it when I wasn't looking. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, so we gotta get these. I don't use these. These are decorations, okay? So nobody be freaking out if I put an oily rag on my spoons, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah, that's just for decoration, guys. These eggs are not real. Go in my egg basket. None of my eggs are real. Except for the big goose eggs, but they don't have any yolk in them. They were blown out for decoration. And I haven't drank out of this teacup in the longest time. So I am just going to give it a little wipe out and put it back for decoration. Okay? So don't freak out, it's just decoration. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.